Hi, everyone. Today, I want to share a new story. I hope you enjoy it. I spent 18 months working on a groundbreaking cybersecurity system that could predict and stop attacks before they happened. Nextech seemed like the perfect place to build it. It had plenty of money, new ideas, and all the resources I needed. What I didn't know was that the CEO, Victor Carlton, had other plans. He waited until my project was almost finished, then took it for himself. I'm Sophia Chin, and until yesterday, I was the lead AI architect at Nextech Solutions. I left a comfortable job at Google to join this exciting startup, bringing years of experience and an idea I thought could change cybersecurity forever. The system, called Precog, was inspired by characters from my favorite sci-fi movie. It could spot attack patterns before they fully formed and create defenses that changed in real time. For a year and a half, I worked long hours, building the system from the ground up. Victor would visit my lab sometimes, asking casual questions and checking on my progress. "Great work, Sophia," he'd say, his smile never quite matching his eyes. "The board is excited about what you're doing." 3 days ago, I reached a big milestone. Precog successfully stopped a complex attack simulation on its own. It even found weaknesses I hadn't expected. The AI was learning and improving. I set up a meeting with Victor to show him what I'd done. His assistant, Megan, gave me a short 15-minute slot the next day. When I got there, Victor wasn't alone. Company lawyer Diana Wells was with him. "Sit down, Sophia," Victor said, pointing to a chair. "Diana's here just to watch." Something about his tone made me uneasy. I sat down, ready to show my demo. "Before we talk about your project," Victor said, sliding a paper toward me, "we need to go over some things in your contract." Diana spoke up in a formal tone. "Section 12.4 says any work done with company resources belongs to Nextech." "Right," I replied. "But I started Precog before joining Nextech. I have proof." "We've looked at your earlier work," Diana cut me off. "You had an idea, but the real system was created here with our resources." Victor leaned forward and got straight to the point. "Precog is Nextech's property now. The board thinks your pay is fair for what you've done." "My pay?" I said, starting to understand what was happening. Victor smiled coldly. "You have a success bonus in your contract. You'll get $250,000 when Precog hits the market. It's a good deal, considering industry standards." The shock hit me hard. $250,000 for a system worth billions. A system that took me 18 months to build. "Tomorrow," Victor went on, unaware of how stunned I was, "I'll present Precog to our top investors. We're expecting to secure $50 million in funding. After that, we'll launch our new product." "Are you firing me?" I asked. I said flatly, "Transitioning you out," Diana corrected. "Effective immediately. With your bonus, of course." Victor grinned, that cold, predatory grin I'd only ever seen aimed at competitors. "Congratulations, your employment is terminated. Our legal team confirms your algorithm belongs to Nextech, as stated in your contract." I could have argued, threatened to sue, or made a scene. But instead, a calm settled over me. They expected resistance, but what they didn't know was that I was ready for this. 6 months ago, I discovered that Victor had accessed my secure development server after hours. Nothing was stolen, but it made me alert. From that moment on, I began adding protections to Precog, not just for outside threats, but for threats inside the company too. I nodded and handed over my laptop. "Good luck with the investor demo tomorrow, Mr. Carlton." Security escorted me to my desk, where I packed up my personal items while they watched. As I left the building with a cardboard box in hand, I smiled, thinking about the secret code I'd hidden in the presentation, set to trigger exactly 10 minutes after the demo started. That night, I didn't panic. I ordered takeout, watched TV, and waited. At 9:30 p.m., my phone rang. "Megan, Victor's assistant," she said. "He wants to see you." "Now?" "It's almost 10 p.m., I replied calmly. "He says it's urgent. A car is on the way to your place." 40 minutes later, I was sitting in Nextech's conference room. Victor was at the head of the table, looking stressed. His tie was loose, and his hair was a mess from running his hands through it. "Fix it," he said. I sat down slowly, taking my time. Fix what? Don't play games, Sophia. You sabotaged the demo. I raised an eyebrow. How could I? I've been gone 24 hours. Security watched me pack up my things. I didn't take anything or access any systems. Victor slammed his fist on the table. The test crashed. The whole system started picking up fake threats, creating thousands of false alarms. It's totally useless. Sounds like a technical problem, I said. Have you tried turning it off and on again? He flushed red with anger. This isn't a joke. We've got 12 major investors coming tomorrow, $50 million on the line. Your investors, I reminded him. Your system now. Victor took a deep breath, forcing himself to calm down. When he spoke again, he used his usual smooth, persuasive tone, the same one that made so many people, including me, trust him. Look, maybe we rushed things yesterday. I'm willing to talk about a fair deal, co-creator credit, more pay, maybe even some shares. I leaned back. What exactly happened during your test? Victor hesitated, unsure how much to reveal. The system started attacking itself. It identified parts of Nextech's own network as threats, then began making reports about internal ethical violations. I couldn't help but smile. Precog is designed to spot threats, Victor. All threats. What did you do? He asked. I didn't sabotage anything. Precog is doing exactly what it was made to do. It's an AI that learns and adapts to protect networks from harmful activity. During development, I taught it using case studies of cyberattacks, including those from inside companies. Victor looked pale. You taught it to spy on us? I taught it to spot threats wherever they come from. It's identifying something it sees as dangerous inside Nextech. I wonder what that could be. Victor's face changed as he understood. The system thinks I'm the threat? Not you, specifically, but maybe certain actions like unauthorized server access, trying to change creator credentials, or planning to mislead investors. Victor's face grew hard. You can't prove any of that. I don't need to. Precog has recorded everything for months. Every time someone accessed something without permission, every copied file, every changed document. It's all in those reports, with timestamps, access logs, and keystrokes. The room fell silent. Victor stared at me, his anger replaced by calculation. What do you want? Full recognition as Precog's creator and lead architect, 50% ownership of the patents, a board seat to oversee ethical use, and $10 million for trying to push me out. That's extortion, he hissed. No, it's negotiation. Extortion would be me sending these reports to the investors and the SEC. Victor glared at me, but then his shoulders slumped in defeat. Can you fix it for tomorrow's demo? Precog doesn't need fixing. It needs the right authorization protocols. Right now, it's blocking certain commands because its creator is no longer in the system. It's a simple fix. I pulled a flash drive from my pocket and placed it on the table. This contains the update. It's a gesture toward our new partnership. We can sign the contracts tomorrow. And if I refuse? Then Precog stays broken, the demo fails, and those ethical breach reports go to some very interested people. It's your choice. Victor reached for the flash drive. You planned this from the start. No, I corrected. I hoped it wouldn't come to this, but after finding you in my secure server 6 months ago, I added protections for the system and for myself. How did you know I'd try to cut you out? I stood to leave. I didn't know for sure, but Precog is designed to spot patterns and predict threats before they happen. I guess some of that rubbed off on me. The next morning, I showed up at Nextech as co-founder and CTO. Victor introduced me to the investors with a forced smile. The demo went perfectly, Precog neutralizing every attack simulation with ease. One investor, impressed, asked Victor, "This system is amazing. What inspired it?" Victor paused, then said, "It was actually Sophia's idea from the beginning. Nextech just provided the environment for it to succeed." As we answered questions, my phone buzzed. Precog, now properly authenticated with my credentials back in place, sent me a private message. Threat neutralized. System integrity restored. Creator protections active. I smiled. The AI had learned faster than I expected. It recognized the internal threat and fixed it, just as it was designed to do. 3 months later, Precog's first big use stopped a major cyber attack on a bank, saving them $340 million and making our system the new leader in cybersecurity. Victor and I work together now. He handles business development, where his skills are useful, and I lead technical innovation. We're not friends, but we've found a balance that works. Sometimes I wonder if I should have taken legal action instead of setting up safeguards, but the truth is, Victor's betrayal taught me an important lesson. Technology is only as ethical as the people who control it. That lesson guides how we use Precog now. Every system we deploy has strong ethical protections and transparency. The system not only defends networks but also protects itself and its users from being misused. Last week, as we celebrated Precog's successful public offering, a junior developer asked me how to build such groundbreaking technology. It's not about the code, I told her. It's about understanding that the biggest threats often come from where you least expect them. Build systems that can spot those threats, adapt, and fix them without losing their integrity, just like their creator learned to do.